Ren, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, I can hear you, but I can't see you.
How about now?
That's good.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm okay.
Just okay?
I'm fine.
I see. Fine. Zoe, isn't that the same shirt you were wearing the last time we talked?
If I said I did laundry this morning, would you believe me?
No.
Well, under normal circumstances, I love the fact that you always pay attention to what people wear.
It's one of my superpowers.
But anyway, why did you want to meet tonight?
I just wanted to see how you're doing. I like it so much better to be able to see and hear someone rather than just texting. It's the one good thing that's come out of all this.
Do you like it? 'Cause I find it really frustrating. I mean, at first glance, it's great seeing someone's face, but then you can't really make eye contact, and after a while, it's just more of a reminder that you're not really with them. And I feel less connected, not more. And I'm not talking about the occasional glitch. I mean, look at us right now. It's so obvious we're not even in the same room.
Well, if we changed our backgrounds, we could both be on the beach or something. But I get what you're saying.
Honestly, Ren, I've never felt more alone in my life.
Well, that's one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you, to let you know you aren't alone, at least in spirit.
I do appreciate it. But, well,
I know your situation isn't like the rest of ours.
remember how excited I was when my parents agreed to let me stay in the house until school let out while they moved to New Jersey?
Shows how much they trust you, Zoe.
Well, now they're 1,000 miles away and there isn't any school, but they don't want me to go out there.
You're safer where you are, and I don't blame them for not wanting you anywhere near an airport.
I could drive.
And that would mean how many nights in a motel?
I know. And it's not like I'm afraid to be alone in the house. It's just, well, lonely. And I thought I could have friends over. Figured I'd still have Go Club at the library. And, well, all the usual stuff. And now I haven't got anything to do.
Ugh, I've got more to do than ever. And it feels like there's 20 people in the house, not four. Wherever I try to do anything, someone's always barging in or interrupting. Tate's constantly in my hair. Since my parents are both working from home, they seem to think it's my job to look after him. I'm the unpaid sitter. Sorry, I didn't mean to dump on you. The plan was to cheer you up if you needed it.
I tell myself I don't have it so bad. No one in my family is sick. Got a roof over my head. But I haven't touched another living thing in
That's
weeks.
right. Your folks took buttons with them, didn't they?
Yeah, that's almost the weirdest of all.
Did you know that many humane societies allow you to foster an animal rather than adopt? Brought to you by Pet Home, your neighborhood pet store.
Ren, did you see that?
I didn't know they had advertisements. I mean, not in the middle of a conference. I suppose if you paid for the professional version, it wouldn't happen. Free anything usually comes with ads.
And they knew we were talking about pets.
Well, I suppose there's some sort of algorithm. Certain words trigger certain ads. It's not quite the same thing as someone actually listening in on your conversation.
I guess not. But wait, how did it know Buttons is a pet? We might have been talking about sewing supplies.
I don't know. Something about context?
Is AI smart enough to figure that out by context?
Maybe it has a list of common pet names?
I guess. Maybe.
Maybe if we'd actually been talking about buttons for clothes, we would have gotten the same ad.
Yeah, then we'd have been thinking humane society, pet store. What are they talking about?
You're right. Anyway, what were we talking about?
How lonely I am.
Do you think your parents would mind if you came over here for dinner some night? You haven't seen anyone, and none of us has been anywhere. We even had the groceries delivered because my stepdad didn't want any of us going to the store.
I could ask them. My mom's pretty freaked out by this whole thing.
Are you eating healthy?
Well, you know how easy it is to eat cereal 3 times a day when you're only feeding yourself.
Did you know there are 8 restaurants within a 5-mile radius of your location that offer delivery or pickup? Say list to hear a list of those.
If I say go away, will you go away? Oh,
Why does that feel a little spookier than if he didn't?
well, you said yourself it listens for certain words. Probably.
That's right. It's just a computer. It's not a real person or anything.
All the same. I wish I hadn't told you how lonely I am.
Zoe, if you feel the least bit nervous about this, come right to my house. Your parents will understand, and so will mine.
I'm alright. I I guess it's no different than a pop-up ad. They've just got it configured so it seems like part of the conversation, not just up in the corner.
That's right. It's a different platform, so of course the format is different.
Of course, it has to go by keywords because it's just a conversation, but it's just the same as when you look at stuff online and it knows what sites you've been to.
Exactly the same. It knows where you've gone, but that's all. I don't think it can even tell if you've bought something or not. I bought printer ink the other day, and 3 times since then, I've gone to a web page that's totally unrelated, and suddenly I'm getting ads for ink cartridges.
As if you couldn't live without several dozen different kinds.
Right.
Find replacement ink cartridges for all brands of printers at paperclips.com. Did I say something funny?
Only in context.
Go away, please. And stop listening in to a private conversation, please.
To opt out of privacy settings, please read the online manual.
Go away.
Zoe, have you ever clicked the I agree button without reading all the fine print?
And pretty much every time I install anything.
Me too.
I mean, they won't let you download it unless you do. Agree to their terms, I mean.
The trouble with technology is it's so darn convenient. You let them collect all the information they want.
Which they then sell to who knows who. They know where we are, what we buy, and apparently how we're feeling.
Listening to music can ease your sense of loneliness. I could list several artists you might enjoy based on your listening history.
Like who?
Well, this morning from 11:34 to 11:48, you accessed several big band classics on YouTube, none of which you ever purchased for your personal playlist.
Okay, so I listen to some music without paying for it. YouTube lets you do that.
I could make several recommendations. Ella Fitzgerald, Benny Goodman, Count Basie. Tommy Dorsey. I have both vocal and instrumental recordings. For cheerful music, you might consider Ragtime. I have the complete works of Scott Joplin for the low, low price
Look,
of a.
I'm talking to my friend right now. If I decide to buy some music, I'll do it later. Why was I talking to him as if he were a real person?
Oh, that's natural, I think. For AI, he's pretty convincing.
You're right. The computer generated face isn't usually that lifelike.
I'll bet they filmed a real actor reading a bunch of ad copy and a lot of random words, and the computer puts the images together.
And it's working too, darn it. Now I want to listen to some Scott Joplin.
I always look at the you might also like, and a lot of times I find something I really want.
Movie recommendations, especially.
There's an advantage to being alone in the house. The four of us have such different tastes, it never knows what to suggest.
But I'm trying not to watch movies all day long. I don't want to turn into a complete couch potato.
Mm, do you have a stationary bicycle or treadmill in the home?
Go away.
No. Hear me out. Not only does regular physical exercise strengthen your immune system, but it can also improve your mood. And from what I've heard, Zoe, I think you might be suffering from depression.
Where do you get off trying to psychoanalyze me?
I know my job is to sell you things, but spending money is only stimulating in the short term.
So I have to keep on buying things. Is that the idea?
Now, volunteer work, on the other hand, can lead to lasting improvements in your sense of self worth. Have you considered delivering meals to shut ins?
My parents don't want me coming into contact with people.
You're at very low risk if you take adequate precautions. I could get you in touch with a nonprofit that could.
Why am I even talking to you? You're not even a real person.
I can assure you, I am a real person.
That's what AI is always programmed to say.
And may I say, Ren, that shade of blue is quite becoming on you.
Don't get fresh, Buster.
So he can see us as well as hear us.
I guess that's not so surprising. We can see each other.
I still don't like this guy eavesdropping on our conversation.
He isn't a real guy, so he can't really be eavesdropping.
Well, it feels like.
And Zoe, how does your mother like her new job? Has she been seeing many of her new clients?
How do you know what my mother does for a living?
Don't say anymore, Zoe. That's classic fishing. In fact, that's the way people like fortune tellers used to con people. They'd say something vague in the hopes that the person would confirm it.
Yes, but with fortune tellers, their customers were people who wanted to fall for it in a way. At least they knew it came with the territory.
Well, talking over a computer connection means companies can mine your data. That sort of comes with the territory, too.
Well, that still doesn't answer the question of whether this is a real guy or a simulation of some sort. I mean, is he a con artist who hacked into our conversation or just marketing software?
I can assure you, I have your best interest at heart.
He's certainly very convincing, but I'm sure it's AI.
And you know what else, Zoe? I could put you in touch with a repairman who could do something about that funny noise your dishwasher is making.
Now he wants me to arrange for a stranger to come to my house. I don't like this. Who said anything about my dishwasher? I never searched online for dishwasher repair.
Do you want to end the conversation, Zoe, or do you feel safer with us connected and me being able to hear?
You know what, Ren? He actually does look like he's making eye contact with me more than when I look at you.
It's because I'm looking at your face on the screen, and whatever actor whose face they're using was looking directly at the camera. He looks like he's looking directly at me, too.
I can assure you, I am a real person.
You said that before, with that exact same intonation.
There's no need for you to feel lonely, Zoe. In today's connected world, you're never completely alone.
Look me in the eye when you say that.
No, look me in the eye.